Hey everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful hand-sewn beaded earrings. They were really easy to make. So I already made one, so I'm just going to do the other one to show you how I put these together. And I used the dollar bead box for April of 2025. I have a coupon code BNJewelry2 for $2 off your first box with them. If you're not familiar with Dollar Bead Box, I will leave a link below in the description. The Dollar Bead Box is $19.50 a month. And then these fire polish beads come from the Dollar Bead Bag, which I get as an add-on, and that's $8 a month for 8 strands of fire polish beads. For 4mm and for 3mm, and you can't beat that. That's eight strands for $8. If you just wanted it one time purchase, it's $10, but I get it every month as an add-on. I will also leave a link below to the unboxing for this month in case if you're not familiar with it. So I'm starting with a number 10 needle, and then I'm using some of my Beaded on Wildfire. And I'm just doing the frost. And then they also gave us some of these 15-0 seed beads. So I would get those out when the time comes. So I just started in the middle and I just kind of worked my way out. If you're new to sewing, this is a really easy way to do it. So I did 3 of these, and I have a like a wingspan of this thread. So I have 3 of these, and then I have 6 of these. So I started by, I took 1, and then I did 2, and then I did 3, and I did 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7, and then 8. So I took that, and then I dropped this all the way down until I get, and I leave enough of a tail here. So I have that tail there, and then I put it up like this, and I go back up through the beads. You can, you know, if you're pretty steady, you can do a good job doing them. Okay. And then you start pulling. Make sure your tail doesn't disappear. Just put a little more of a tail out there. A little more. And this is where we start. So I have it like this. And then I start by doing my first knot like this. And then I'll do a surgeon's knot with 1 and then 2 to finish that off. And I usually take my bent chain nose pliers and I'll grab it and I'll give it a good tug like that. And you can either leave a longer one and thread that back through, or just cut it. I just cut it. Okay, and so then what I do is I usually go back through these beads, and I go back through some of them to start. So we're looking at it like this. Okay, so then the next one, okay, so I have those, and then the next one, if you can see it, it's coming out through those, and it's a seed bead, a copper bead, this big bead, copper bead, and then, hold on 1 second, I'm getting confused here. Yeah, okay, let me get my little seed beads out. Sometimes you look at this, because I did these like 4 or 5 days ago. I was working on some stuff. And when you don't film it right away, you're like, wait a minute, how did I do this? Okay. So we're going to come out through this right here. So I'm going to come out, I'm going to go through that and come out, and then I'm going to do, okay, so I'm going to come out through here like this. Oh, come out through here like this, so that I'm like this, and then I'm going to do a seed bead, a copper bead, a big one, a copper bead, and then a seed bead. And then I'm going to go back through this right here and come out again. Bring this out through, and then I could show you better. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we're going to do that again. We're going to do a seed bead, copper bead, one of the bigger beads, a copper bead, and a seed bead. And then we're going to go back through here and come out again through there. Sometimes it doesn't lay right at first, you know, until you get going and get everything together. Okay, so that's the look it's giving. So then we're doing a seed bead, a copper bead, that bead, the big bead, copper, and then another seed bead. Okay, and then we're going to go back through here again and pull on this. So now I'm going to go up through these again, and that will tighten all of this up. Okay, so we're doing through those, and then down through the copper and the seed bead, and back through there. Okay, so that we have that. Now we're going to go through here again. And this just kind of reinforces it. Okay, and then down through here again, and down through the seed bead, and down through the big one. Bring that through. Kind of like pull on it a little bit, make sure everything is tightened up. And then we're going to go through the seed bead again, through there, through the big bead. Bring that close, and then through the copper, through the seed bead, and then through the big bead again. Okay. And see, now it's more sturdy now. So now we have this. So now we're going to go. So we're going to come out through these beads right here. So we're going to come out. Let me go through these one more time. Go through that seed bead. Through there. And then through the big bead. And then we're going to come out through the copper bead. I'm not going to go down to the seed bead. So see how we have it like this? Okay, and now we're coming out through the copper bead. Now we're going to do, let me move this other way, we're going to do a green, a copper, and then a green. Then we're going to go back through that copper bead, back through the big bead, and bring it like that. And then go back down through the copper bead again, and bring it over this way. So it's like this. Then we're going to do the green, the copper, and then the green again. So the green sitting against the copper bead. Okay, so bring this over here. And then go through the copper bead again. and just kind of work it in circles here. And then we're going to do the green, the copper, and the green. Okay. And now we're going to go up through this again. Okay, so here's what we have so far. And we're going to go up through that again. Okay. So now this is what we have now so far. I'm going to go through a few more of these just for... Yeah. And then we will do our next layer. Okay, so we have it like this. So now we are coming, we have, okay, so this is where we are right there. So now what we're doing is we're coming out of here and we're doing a green, copper, green, going through the copper and then green, copper, green. Okay, so we're coming out of this copper right here. Let me show you. So let me kind of get it where it, okay, so now, so we're making bigger jumps here now. So we're going to do green, copper, green, and we're coming out of this copper one and going into the big one. So we go through there. So we got that. And then we're going to do green, copper, green again. And it's going to go through the copper one this time. So you see that? So I'm going to do green, copper, green, like that. Then we're going to go through the big one again. Bring that through, like that. And then we're going to do green, copper. I'm trying to hold this up so that you guys can see it. Okay, so we're doing green, copper, green, and then this time we're going through the copper. So we're switching, we're alternating. And we're just going to go around and do that. So then we're going to get another green, copper, green. Go like this. Okay, so we got that. And then we're going to do the last one, green. I think this is the last one. I will know after I put it through. Yeah, and then we're going to go through the copper one, and then I'm going to go through a couple more of the other ones to kind of reinforce it. So see how it has that pattern now, that really pretty, I think this is a hexagon. Yeah, octagon's 8, hexagon is 6. Okay, so now we're going to go through a few more of these beads. Okay, come on. Through here. So we're going like this. So now we're going to do, this is going to be, okay, so we're coming through here. We're going to come through the green. Make sure I'm in film. Through the green, through the copper, and back up through the green. Okay, so when we get to this is going to be this top right there. So then we're going to do 2 seed beads, 1, 2, where's the other one? Okay, 1, 2, let me move this a little bit. Then we're going to do a green, and we're going to do the ear wire. Get these down. I'm going to do another green and then 2 green seed beads again, 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're going to come around. We're going to come around this top and come back up through this. And it doesn't matter which side the ear wire's facing, it's the same on both sides. So whichever one you want to use is fine. And see that how that ends up. Then I'll turn this around like this. And then I will go back up through the seed beads, 2 seed beads, 1, 2, the fire polish, the ear wire, and the fire polish. Have it like that. Then I'll go back down through the 2 seed beads, back down through all of those. I'll go back down through, let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna go back down through these for now. Okay, so this is the back of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn this around like this. I'm gonna go back down through here, and that just will reinforce all of that. And then I'm kind of back in the front again like this. And then I'm just gonna start going through some of these top ones again. And then I will start, after I get to a certain spot, I will start doing a couple knots here and there. I'm gonna lay this flat. Okay, so here we have this. So I'm just kind of laying this flat, pressing it down, making sure it's in a good spot. Then I'll take my first knot, and I'm just gonna wrap it around the one time and make sure that it goes in between the same beads. I'm gonna give that a little pull. And then I'm gonna start feeding it through more. And then I'll do some double knots. The first one, I don't do double knots usually because I don't want to, I just want to get that first original knot in there. And then I'll do these. So see, I'm just kind of going around. You know, this one, I will do a double knot, wrap that around twice, pull back through, and then see how that's like that. I'll take my bent pliers, give that a good pull, and then I'll go through a few more. And get these. Look how cute this. It's cute. I loved the dollar bead box this month. It was beautiful. Okay. So that looks about good. So I did a couple different knots. Now I have these. So I'm going to bring this around to the back. And I will do, so after I do my second knot, I still weave it through a little bit, you know, because you want to make sure that it's buried a little more. So these are the earrings. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. These are so much fun to make. And like I said, I have a coupon code BNJewelry2 for $2 off your first box with them. I will leave a link below to the unboxing for this month for all of these gorgeous beads. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And let me know down in the comments what you thought of these earrings. If you think you'll try making them or not. I love doing these kind of earrings. So I also leave links to my Etsy, my Instagram, my Pinterest, and my Facebook below if you'd like to follow me on there. So until next time, I will see you later. And thank you so much for watching and have a great day.